Before we start, we always wash our hands. A fun little trick for you, you can say your ABCs while you're washing your hands to get the proper time. ABCs.
What's up guys, it's Near and David, back at it again with another cooking video. Now today, we'll be making milk tart.
Milk tart?
Yeah, Near, that reminds me, did you know South Africa has 11 official languages, the most in the world?
That's crazy.
I know. Alright, now let's jump right in. Okay Near, so first we'll be incorporating 2 tablespoons of butter. Now throw that in the saucepan. Wow. Here's the butter melting. Now our next ingredient is going to be the milk. All right, so we have 2 1/4 cups of milk. So let's pour it in slowly. All right, now dump the rest in. Perfect, that's our first 1/4 cup. And now the remaining 2 cups. There we go. And now we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Perfect, and we'll incorporate that in slowly, as nutmeg does not like to mix with wet ingredients. And then finally, to finish our wet ingredients off, we're gonna add 1 cinnamon stick. And now we're gonna let this come to a boil and we'll take it off the heat. Now that it's come to a boil, we're gonna take it off of the heat. Now we're gonna start with our dry portion, and we're gonna start this off with eggs. Now here's a fun trick for cracking eggs. You're gonna hit the side, and then with one hand, perfectly and gracefully, crack it open. Wow, very smooth. Now the other egg. Seamless. Now make sure to never put eggs on the kitchen countertop, as salmonella is a very dangerous disease. Okay, now for the rest of the dry ingredients.
Okay.
Near, take it away.
So here we have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Wow.
We'll be adding here. And then here we have 2 tablespoons of flour. Now these 2 ingredients are used as thickening agents for the mix. And then finally here we have 1/2 cup of sugar.
Sugar? That reminds me, South Africa is consistently in the top 15 sugar producers in the world, especially in the KwaZulu-Natal province.
Wow.
Throw it in. Now our final ingredient in this portion is imitation vanilla flavor from the Market Pantry series. Now we only need 1/2 tablespoon. Fun fact, vanilla extract is 70% alcohol. Now let's mix. Now you want to mix till there's absolutely no lumps. So we'll come back right as that's done. So now that these ingredients have cooled, we're going to incorporate the dry ingredients into this milk tart, which is a Dutch South African dessert.
Hey David, that reminds me. The first Dutch settlers crashed their ships on the coast of South Africa in March of 1647. One small year before the 1648 Peace of Westphalia, 1648.
Oh yeah, 1648 Peace of Westphalia, 1648.
I know.
Now let's incorporate these ingredients. Now let's scrape the bowl clean, because you know what they say in baking, every millimeter matters. Okay, now for the whisking. We need to incorporate this until there's absolutely no lumps. And would you look at that, there aren't any. Now we're gonna put this on the heat and let it come to a boil. We'll be right back. Now that it's boiled, we're gonna let it cook for 5
to 6
minutes. Now that it's cooked for about 5 to 6 minutes, we're gonna take the cinnamon stick out and let it rest for a little bit.
Fun fact about cinnamon, it's not made in South Africa.
Now it's time to take the pie crust I spent all of last night baking out of the oven.
Pie crust? That reminds me. After winning the Boer Wars in 1910, the British unified the 4 South African colonies to make the Union of South Africa, which would govern itself under British rule.
Thank you, Neer. Very cool. Now safety first when cooking, so I'm going to take my oven mitts. Whoa, hot. Now here's the pie crust I spent last night baking. Now remember, after baking, remove the plastic before filling it. Now it's time. Neer, if you could just take this oven mitt and tilt the pan while I scoop in our filling into the pie crust. Now the fun thing about milk tart is it's already been cooked in the saucepan, so all we have left to do is add cinnamon and let it chill. Oops, not that much, just a little sprinkle across the top. Now into the fridge.
This is our boerewors sausage, which comes from the word boere and means farmer's sausage.
That was not good. Okay,
Perfectly done. Now for our sauteed vegetables, we're gonna chop, chop, chop. Now that we're done chopping, we're gonna put our vegetables into the pan with 2 tablespoons of olive oil to saute.
Make sure you continuously stir your vegetables in the pan so they don't burn.
Speaking of vegetables, did you know that Winston Churchill almost died in the Boer Wars, the early 19th century?
I did know that.
now let's toast up the bread and flip the wurst. No. Yeah. Alright.
Now time to toast the bread. Neer, take one.
Thank you.
Epic.
Our wurst is ready. We're ready to chow. There you go, Neer. Fill that up.
Thanks, Mikey.
Now that we've chowed, it's time for milk tart.
During the Boer Wars, the soldiers had no time for plates.
So we're gonna dig in like beep savages. Oh, Don't worry, Neer.
We're definitely gonna save you some.
I hope you'd stop like a long time.
It's time to wash dishes.
Dishes? That sounds a lot like the word embargo. Embargo was replaced in South Africa by several countries in the 80s because of apartheid.
Thanks for watching.